Welcome to Game Changers with Lisa Faulkner on Love 860 WAEC, Atlanta's inspirational talk radio. Lisa is a writer, producer, and innovative communicator with more than 20 years of experience. Join us as we connect you with inspiring experts and entrepreneurs from all walks of life. Your comments and questions are welcome during the broadcast. Call us live on the air at 404-355-8699. That's 404-355-8699. Now, here's Lisa Faulkner.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for listening to Game Changers with me, Lisa Faulkner. And thank you so much for sending your congratulations and all of your great comments. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You know I could not do this without you, so I'm so glad for all of the support I got last week after our first show. So I really appreciate it. Thank you, guys. And please, please, please continue listening. We have some great guests on board again today. I want to tell you a little bit about the month of April, what's happening in this first month. I am highlighting people from my circle, if you will, people that I know, people that I've worked and or served with, people that I have an affinity for their cause, or they've just made an impression on me in one way or another, like the guests we had on last week. This week, our guests are much the same, and throughout April, that's what I'll be doing. Next week, I will have my bishop, my pastor, my counselor, Bishop Gary Hawkins from Voices of Faith on. He'll be co-hosting with me. And so we'll just talk to people in my circle this month, and that'll give you a little bit more insight about me and the causes and the people that I kind of like to have around me, like these two great guests coming up today. I'm just stalling a little bit on them, but we've got them in the building, and we're super excited to have them on board. In May, I want to give you some highlights from May. We're going to talk to a lot of great people in May. That's when we're branching out, going around Atlanta, going around the country, talking to some great people. We're going to talk to Pontius Joseph. He's a college student who's written a book titled The Creative Gentleman, and he is quite a gentleman himself, teaching other young men like himself how to be a gentleman in their dating process. We're going to talk with Chris Miles of Money Ripples. He's going to teach us how to free up money and make more money for ourselves each month of the year. Later in the summer, we will talk to Morella Scott. She is Oprah's Ambassador of Hope and an award-winning author. So, and then do you remember the blockbuster hit Indecent Proposal? I know you do. Come on, Saints. You saw that movie. Of course you did. Well, we're going to talk to, it was a book first. We're going to talk to its author, the author of Indecent Proposal, Jack Englehart. So just get ready for a whole lot of great guests coming up, including more this month. Join me on social media. Follow me, guys, on Facebook at Lisa M. Faulkner. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest at Pinstar Lisa. Do it today. Let's get started today. If you don't call in, follow me there. I'll pick up your tweets during the break and read them back on air. I'll check your comments there. So if you don't want to call in today, please follow me there on social media. Well, as I said, we have two great guests on board today. One very special one is in the booth with me right now. Hello, Karen Moore.
Hello. Hello, Lisa.
Thank you so much for being with me today. Karen is a wonderful woman who impressed upon me so much. She and I served together with the other guests you're going to hear from today at Kingdomwood Christian Film Festival. We served together, and there was just something about Karen. There was just something about her spirit. I heard her story, and you're going to hear it today as well. But even through her story, I saw in her a peace. I saw this lady looks like she's okay. She's okay with herself. She's okay with everybody around her. And I was just drawn to that. So I wanted to reach back out to Karen so that she can share with you all of the great information that she has going on in her life. And Karen, I understand you say your mission now is changing and is to impact the lives of women through your nonprofit called Starting Over. It's startingoveratlanta.org if you all want to look it up now while we're talking. But that gets us right into I believe what started everything for you, this whole process, the loss of your husband, Karen, I have to believe this was the catalyst for everything that's happening with you right now, that started you on your healing journey. You say after suddenly losing your spouse in 2009, it set you on a journey of healing and finding truth. Tell us about that.
Well, Lisa, it wasn't an immediate journey. After I started the process of trying to grieve, which I don't think I actually had the opportunity to do so, because when my husband passed away, we were in the middle of getting my son ready for prom. We were getting him ready for graduation. So when my husband passed, I had to pull it together, get him buried, and then still try to
get your son to
get
prom.
my son through prom, get him through graduation. And that was a difficult period because
I can only imagine.
We were planning for those happy moments. We were looking forward to being at graduation because we had toiled and labored to get him to that point. So what was supposed to be a happy time ended up being a very traumatic and tragic time.
How did your son take it?
My son was very devastated because he absolutely loved James. James had poured so much into him and had just really built him up and got him on a path where he was, just going to be this amazing, amazing young man. And what I liken it to is you're walking on a rug and someone just come along and just pull the rug from up under you.
Yes.
So
the very foundation.
Foundation, because James was the man that I had prayed for. I had, God just blessed me with a soulmate. He was wonderful in so many different respects. He was a wonderful provider. He was a wonderful father, a great husband. He was my business partner. He was my best friend. He was my soulmate.
What we all dream of.
And so in losing him, I'm like, God, we're trying to live our lives right. We're trying to serve. We're trying to help people. So why all of a sudden now you just pull the rug out from under us?
Amazing. Did you get any answers?
It was a long process. It was a process. We're coming up, May will be 5 years that he's been gone. And it just seems like this 5 years has just sort of gone by so quickly. But in that 5-year period, there's been so many highs and so many lows and still so much loss in that time period.
Let's just dip back to your son for a moment. I think the seeds your husband or your late husband planted were not lost. They were on fertile ground. I think I read something in your bio about him being a very achieved gentleman right now in the service.
He is actually in the Air Force. He's doing quite well in his career. He's still in a healing process, just as I am. When you have someone who come in and they pour out and they give so much to you, and then one day they're gone, that's something that's really difficult to come back from.
Yes.
He has made some major accomplishments and so many wonderful strides. And
That's
I'm so
excellent.
proud of him. So my prayer is that he just continues to grow and allow that healing process. One of the things that I kind of came to realize, and this was just very recent, starting last year, that I wasn't healed, that I wasn't whole. And God just began to start showing aspects of my life that was just in crumbles. And I'm thinking, I'm great, I'm wonderful. I mean, but now hindsight, I was on autopilot.
Wow.
And that's how I functioned for so long. And God began to start putting me in places where I was isolated and that I was alone from people. And at first, I'm dealing with depression. I'm dealing with this feeling of hopelessness and just lost. And this really continued. And then I started to hit a turning point in December. Most people don't know the heartache, because you put on this facade that everything is just wonderful.
Well, you have to find a way to keep going.
And you do.
How did this turn for you to start serving others?
It really... Ironically enough, I've always had the passion and the desire to serve.
Yes.
And even when James was alive, we used to feed the homeless, and we used to go and have these moments in the park, where we just poured into the lives of others.
Wow.
So when he passed, I just stopped. I ceased all of that. And so when I relocated back to Atlanta last February, I was in my new home, and all of a sudden God just placed starting over in my spirit. And I'm like, well, we'll just write it down.
Yes. Yes.
And I began to just kind of really just going into my routine of getting settled here. But I still wasn't happy. There was still, it was, again, that feeling of hopelessness, is just being lost and not, being that full person that I know that I was. And so during that process, it was a learning process. It was finding out who I was and finding my true authentic self. Although James and I had this wonderful life together, it was like I had been living in that constant state of ambiguity. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so it just really, really rocked me. And so the last year has been a journey of healing. And in that, I still had that desire that it was something more that I needed to do, that God had placed into me. So even in those moments of hopelessness and moments where I'm like, God, just take me, I'm tired. I don't want to be here anymore. But even in that, it was something to keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. And so I just continued on and just continued to draw into him and to pull from him. And ironically enough, in December, he placed 2 amazing women in my life.
Wow. Tell me about them.
They have just been such a source. And when you sit and you talk with them, you just see the love of God just radiate out of them.
And these are the women who you did starting over with.
Well, they are a part of starting over.
Okay.
But they have been so instrumental in my healing process. Tracy Wade and Beverly Floyd, they have just been my angels here on earth.
Excellent.
They have been the ones to encourage and inspire me, to make me even want to go further. Mm-hmm. So I really thank God for allowing our paths to actually cross. We hear the old adage of hurt people hurt people.
That's right.
I want to now start a new that heal people now heal people.
So you are ministering to others while you're ministering to yourself.
Exactly.
Give me some examples of how that's taking place.
One of the things that I am most proud of and that I attribute to God is my Facebook presence. Mm-hmm. It has been such an amazing journey because when people look at social media, it's you're airing your dirty laundry or you're gossiping. But I've always allowed or wanted my journey to be a positive journey.
Right.
And so just by the things that I post, which if I read something and if it helps me, surely it can help someone else.
That's
so I want to pass that along.
That's so true.
And
I can speak to that. I think you have a great social media presence. It's interesting you say that. Just today, I saw one of your posts about the young lady who started Brown Girls, and she committed suicide this week. And you said, just in light of this, we should take time to just call and make sure that our friends, people in our circle are okay. It was something to that effect. And it made me pick up the phone and call a friend of mine today. Wasn't it something like that you posted?
It really, yesterday when I read about her story, because I became aware of her last year, and I thought that she was such a bright and rising star, that she had such a wonderful platform to inspire and empower other brown young women her age. And when I read 22 years old, and then I began to read the entire story, that she was depressed. And she had recently lost her mother. My question is, where was her support system? And after I read that, it kind of spiraled me back to 2009. Because
your tragedy.
Exactly, because you're surrounded by so many people, but as soon as the burial is over with, everybody goes back and fall into their respective lives. And so you're trying to figure out how to put that new normal into place.
Yes.
And so you have so many different feelings and so many different emotions, and you don't know what to do with them. I mean, I could think about, just sitting on the side of my bed and just thinking, okay, I've just lost my husband. He's in the ground. I don't want him there. So how can I go dig him up? And these were thoughts that I was having, you know. I could kind of chuckle on it now, but then it wasn't funny because
it was very real.
You went through every emotion that you could possibly go through to try to even just to figure this out. Because for me, here today, gone tomorrow is very real for me.
Yes.
Because we had worked the entire weekend, and then within 24 hours, you're gone. So I could only imagine what this young woman was feeling with the loss of her mother.
Exactly.
Where was the family to just check on and say, hey, how are you doing? You know, what's going on? Let's talk about this. And to hear that she committed suicide, that just broke my heart.
Yes.
And it kind of, you know, just put me into a place of thinking about what could we do differently.
The loss of a loved one can be so detrimental, but it's really amazing, and I'm sure you agree that it's the grace of God that you are on the other side of it in so many ways and using it somehow for the good of yourself and others. Now, Karen, you say that you believe wealth is our birthright. That's heavy, sister. I got a feeling you mean a lot more than money. Tell us about that.
I do. I believe, again, we should be healthy in every aspect of our lives. There should be wholeness. And it is more than money. You know, it's our relationships. Because if I look now with the relationships that God has blessed me with, it is far above any amount of money, just because of the value that these people have placed in my life. So, you know, the money is wonderful. And even during this process of, you know, losing my husband, you take the focus off of the money and you start to put it on the people, the individuals, and start to pour into them and to value them.
That's beautiful. We're going to get ready to take a break, but I know you all are enjoying this from Karen Moore. A lot of you are in a position where you can relate to her story. Call in and talk with her. Ask any questions you want. Call us at 404-355-8699. Again, check us on social media, and we will be right back. Someone with solid, expert communications experience to write your copy or your next press release? Then you need PenStar Communications. Let PenStar communicate your greatest potential with clear copy written for your business and marketing needs. Whether it's your next event or next campaign, PenStar Communications can write that for you. Visit penstar.org or call 404-828-0287 today.
Hey, man, you heard? What? Kingdomwood Christian Film Festival is coming to Hilton Head, South Carolina.
Welcome, Kingdomwood.
Kingdomwood Christian Film Festival is inviting you out for 4 days of films, family, and fun. October the 2nd through the 5th at Hilton Head, South Carolina.
Filmmakers, directors, producers, actors, and actresses, we want to see you here.
For Kingdomwood 2014, for the red carpet event.
So bring out your Sunday's best. Come out for the faith-based and inspiring films, Hot Topics by the Hot Tub, beach volleyball, beach bonfire, industry networking, workshops, and seminars, shopping, dining, and oceanfront fun. It's the Kingdomwood Christian Film Festival.
YPP welcomes Kingdomwood to Hilton Head Island.
at Hilton Head, South Carolina, October the 2nd through the 5th. Log on now to www.kingdomwood.com for more info.
Hilton Head Island is awesome. Kingdomwood, make sure you register for the 2014 festival. We'll see you there.
Jesus. I need just a little more Jesus. Yeah, I need just a little more Jesus. I need just a little more Jesus to help me along the way. Oh, I need just a little more Jesus. 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 I need just a little more Jesus.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for listening today. We are talking with Karen Moore of Starting Over. Karen is a woman of many talents. You say, Karen, that speaking and coaching women and even couples that you encounter through your wedding and planning business has also been something that has started to happen of late. Tell me a little bit more about your wedding and planning business.
Lisa, I have been a wedding planner since 2001. It has been such a joy and such a blessing to have been a part of so many wonderful events, so many wonderful occasions. And it took a minute to, again, gain that enthusiasm after James died because he was such a awesome part of the business.
Now, when did you say you started in the wedding planning business?
2001.
Okay, so it was before he passed.
Right, and so he was my business partner. He was also the photographer in the business. So normally every weekend we were together. There wasn't too many times that we were not together. So after he passed, it became a chore. It became a very daunting task. Again, the business kind of went on autopilot just to kind of, I think we had to take a step back so I could come back to it and actually appreciate the gift that God had given me.
I bet.
And
what a business to be left with after such a loss.
It is. And so now it's even more exciting because I'm pretty much tearing the business down to its very basic foundation to build it back up. Because as these moments that I've spent with God and we kind of think what should be really isn't, and then we have these life-altering experiences. He will give us this exposure and allow us to see things. Mm-hmm. But the difference is we see it in a different light. So now my business, it's still my business, but it's my ministry because now I could actually minister to people and talk to them about the covenant that they are about to enter into as far as the marriage. It's not about the dress. It's not about the food. It's not if you have roses or peonies. It's about that covenant relationship.
Marriage
that you're about
is a
to
ministry,
walk into.
isn't it?
Exactly, exactly. So it had to take loss to be able to appreciate my business and what God has entrusted me to. So I'm looking forward to the rebirth, the redefining moments.
That's beautiful. Karen, you say you also are on an assignment to bring healing and transformation and motivation and inspiration using your personal story and your faith in God. And you have this cute little, what I thought was just a nickname, Lady Boss. But it is actually an acronym. It means the lady who brings others successfully to success. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Wow. Where did you get that from?
That's correct.
Tell us about that.
It was actually something that I posted one day. And I think it was Act Like a Lady, Think Like a Boss. And it just kind of captivated me.
That's good.
But I kept, I kept looking and I'm like, there's something more to that. There's something more to that. And so my little inner circle, we just kind of start playing with it. And, I asked some of the people, what does boss mean? Give me, an acronym for that. And so finally, after, praying, I'm like, okay, God, what does this truly mean? And then the light bulb came on, bringing others successfully to success.
That's
and
great.
So now where I am, I just feel like it is my divine calling, my mission, to be able to help people, especially coming from all of the hurt, the pain, the loss that I've experienced, that even through all of that, no matter how many times you've been knocked down, no matter what has happened to you, God has given you a divine purpose and a divine plan. And you have to walk that out. You have to see that through. So that is the mission of Lady Boss, is to bring others successfully to success so they can realize their hopes, their dreams, everything that God has placed in them. We want to be able to pull it out. And one of my biggest mantras now is that when I die, I want to die empty.
Wow.
I want everything that God has placed. Exactly. Every gift, every talent that God has given me, I want it to be poured out of me, and that I am completely empty. So when I do, when he's looking at the Lamb's Book of Life, and he could look at me and say, well done, thy good and faithful servant.
That's powerful.
So that's where I
was going to ask for any closing statements. You're welcome to hang around, but that was a pretty good close there. Well, is there anything else you would like the people to know about starting over or your event planning business?
Well, I just would like to thank you, Lisa, for allowing me to come on and be able to share my story. And they certainly can reach out to me at startingoveratlanta.org or redefiningmoments.com.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Yay, Karen. We love Karen. Thank you for coming. It was my pleasure. We're going to switch gears a little bit. We have another fantastic guest in the building. Another person I told you I am talking with the people in my circle this first month of April and getting all of their great information on the airwaves. So we have in the building Miss Audrey T. Thomas of Kingdomwood Christian Film Festival. Audrey is the founder and the CEO of Kingdomwood Christian Film Festival, which made its debut here in Atlanta in 2008 as Atlanta's premier faith-based film festival. Hello, Audrey.
Hello, Lisa.
Thank you for coming. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for asking me to be here.
Well, it is my sincere pleasure. So, Audrey, when you started this venture, the primary goal was to encourage filmmakers, I know, and those aspiring to that distinction to get on board to write and produce and direct Christian or family faith-based film. What made you do that? How did you think? How did you know you had the power to found such an enterprise? And an enterprise is what it is today.
I know. It's so exciting. I just thank God all day, all night to put the vision in my head and to have faith enough to step in and make it happen. And basically, I have always been interested in television and films and continue going to film festivals. But while I was there, I was just recognizing that no one was giving God the praise.
Wow.
No one.
Every
movie I saw, it was about something secular or entertaining ourselves, but not praising Him.
Mm-hmm. Wow. So you thought that it was, how did you know you could do it? What did God invest in you that allowed you to know you could do this?
Well, I truly trust in Him. And when He placed something in my belly, and it was already exciting for me to be involved with television and movies, that I trust Him. And I stepped out on faith and didn't know where I was going.
What were some of those first steps like, Audrey? What were some of those first planning steps?
Well, the first step, it was truly an email blast.
That's one way to get started.
It really was truly an email blast that I sent that message out just to see who had stories to tell about Jesus Christ or anything that's going to glorify Him.
Wow.
And when I put that out, it was amazing how many people came back. The first year is like 67 submissions.
Excellent.
And thank yous for even putting on an event like this.
That's remarkable for your first time out.
It was.
Well, tell us about some of the filmmakers that have struck a chord with you and Kingdomwood, or that have been instrumental in helping that Kingdomwood has been instrumental in helping them to receive maybe distribution or notice on another channel or circuit, if you will.
Oh, yeah.
Tell us some of your success stories.
Well, for sure, I look at so many of them have great success stories coming through Kingdomwood, and I can tell you one, the very first year, a young lady, Eva Bunkley, she was one that came to Kingdomwood, but she really was already discouraged. She did not believe that we would be able to help her. She really kind of flipped me off. and God told me to be still and be patient. And truly I did. And it was so amazing. Her short film was accepted in our film festival, and it really changed her life and my life for being obedient to God and being patient with her through all the things that she was putting me through.
What was her film about? Let's start there.
Her film was about herself, her mother, and her struggles as a child when her mother had abandoned her and actually passed away, and she always saw it as a dream and not being real. Until she took her journey and found out her dream was really true.
Wow.
It wasn't a dream.
That is something.
Yeah, and it healed so many women because once she came to Kingdomwood and she actually won, it's so many doors opened for her throughout the United States, through colleges, and she was able to take her film, and a lot of people was healed behind understanding their mother and the abandonment, but God still love you.
That is amazing. And you said she actually won. Tell the people what she actually won means. What is available? What are some of the opportunities or awards or prizes that aspiring filmmakers can receive from Kingdomwood?
Well, actually right now and then, the recognition of them being accepting a Kingdomwood award is really a recognition that's so great that I wasn't expecting what it does. It's because it's under the kingdom. And there was so many doors open for her, distribution open for her, that her movie was able to be downloaded off of the internet, and people have it as a tool.
That's excellent.
It really was. I didn't realize how much the power of the kingdom had when it was time to accept her film. It was amazing.
The power the kingdom had. That's excellent. We're going to stay right there and take one more break, take another break. I dare not say one more. We're going to take another break, and we will talk more to Audrey Thomas of the Kingdomwood Christian Film Festival right on the other side of the break. Keep listening. Thank you.
To everyone who made it. Yeah. Any test to trial. Hopeless situation. Now you have a story. The angels can't sing in glory. You're redeemed. From the hand of the enemy. Yeah. Here we go. Whether it's in the courtroom, fighting in the ballroom, trying to feed your family, kicked out underneath you. God's able. God is more than able. You can turn the table. So turn and tell your neighbor now it's time for you. Yeah. Can I get a witness? Just be one more. Witness. That God still open doors. Still making ways where others say that there ain't no way. And if you know this is true,
Do you need someone with solid, expert communications experience to write your copy or your next press release? Then you need PenStar Communications. Let PenStar communicate your greatest potential with clear copy written for your business and marketing needs. Whether it's your next event or next campaign, PenStar Communications can write that for you. Visit penstar.org or call 404-828-0287 today.
Hey, man, you heard? What? Kingdomwood Christian Film Festival is coming to Hilton Head, South Carolina.
Welcome, Kingdomwood.
Kingdomwood Christian Film Festival is inviting you out for 4 days of films, family, and fun. October the 2nd through the 5th at Hilton Head, South Carolina.
Filmmakers, directors, producers, actors, and actresses, we want to see you here.
For Kingdomwood 2014 for the red carpet event.
So bring out your Sunday's best. Come out for the faith-based and inspiring films, Hot Topics by the Hot Tub, Beach Volleyball, Beach Bonfire, Industry Networking, Workshops, and Seminars, Shopping, Dining, and Oceanfront Fun. It's the Kingdomwood Christian Film Festival.
YPP welcomes Kingdomwood to Hilton Head Island.
At Hilton Head, South Carolina, October the 2nd through the 5th. Log on now to www.kingdomwood.com for more info.
Hilton Head Island is awesome. Kingdomwood, make sure you register for the 2014 festival. We'll see you there.
Now it's time to ease your mind, so hear me as I say, life's not always down, you see. Hey. If the sun refused to shine and all your skies are gray, just sing this simple melody. Yeah. Feel good, I know it. Come on.
We are back. I am back with Audrey Thomas of the Kingdomwood Christian Film Festival. Audrey, you are taking the festival to Hilton Head this year.
Oh, yeah.
Why Hilton Head, and what can the attendees expect to receive there on the island?
Oh, man, when you think about the beach and the island right there alone, it's so exciting. But the Lord placed it in my spirit again to bring his people, his creative people, to the waters.
That's excellent.
And it was so amazing. And I said, well, Lord, I love the waters myself, so that's going to be easy to make that happen. And true enough, that people are very excited because of the ocean and the water and what it represents.
And it's going to be a wonderful time of year for there.
I think so.
When is the festival?
It's actually October 2nd through the 5th, first weekend in October.
Are you already getting people registered?
People are already registered. It's really interesting when I went to Sundance Film Festival, in which everyone knows is cold in January in Salt Lake City, and people from there have registered to come to the island. Mm-hmm. I think it was a good time to show them it's time to warm up.
Yes, that was great. What are going to be some of the festivities there during the festival? Give people an idea of what they can expect at a Kingdomwood Film Festival.
You know, first of all, it is a film festival, and so our filmmakers will have their film showcasing there, and it will be in a competition. And these films that we want to see that's going to reach, teach, and inspire people. And we're really excited that the films have already started coming in, and it's going to be screen. But for entertainment-wise, we really want the filmmakers to bring their whole family, for they can be out on the beach. There's going to be volleyball. There's going to be bonfire discussions, and there's going to be a lot of great shopping.
I know it's going to be fun.
It's going to be a great time down
And you
there.
are a really festive person, so I know you will make it a big party at Kingdomwood in Hilton Head.
This is true.
You're on to another endeavor, Audrey. You've started yet another arm of Kingdomwood. You now have the Kingdomwood Film Institute.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Well, you know, Kingdomwood Film Institute was birthed because we get so many submissions that they don't quite qualify to make it. And it was just placed in my heart that I wanted to help those people, the films that couldn't make it to be screened. And so we thought of all types of ways, but the best way I felt that it would work if we created an institute for people can come to our class once a month to enhance the areas where they need more work done, for we can accept their films.
That's excellent. I know that a lot of drama and plays go on in the churches and all. Are you getting a lot of attendees from different churches, or are you finding people just from everyday walks of life?
Surprisingly, everyday walks of life, international. Just received an email and submission from Australia.
Oh.
And so the word is really getting out from everywhere about Kingdomwood Christian Film Festival. Everyone have a story that they want to share, and we accept those stories.
What kind of teachers or trainers do you have in the workshops? Who have been some of your presenters, if you will?
Well, last year we had quite a bit of different presenters, and it was a lot of fun. But we had Aspire and Miss Williams, and she was there. She's a director for Magic Johnson's.
Oh.
So, yeah, she's one of our keynote speakers.
Nice.
That she was there, and that was so exciting. We had Deetta West from Up TV Entertainment.
Excellent.
Used to be GMC.
That's right.
Yeah, she was there. And
Deetta is an excellent actress as well.
Oh, is she? Yes. Yes, she is. And she's doing a lot of great things. But it was also very exciting to have Tyler Perry's brother. He was there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we really got a big kick out of him being there. And, I mean, the list goes on and
What's
on.
his name and what does he do?
Well, Mr. Perry actually is a stage playwright himself.
Okay.
And that was so exciting because he was part of our kickoff when we had stage plays.
Okay.
Right there. So it was really great that he came and shared a lot of great information.
Now, how are you going to manage the Institute along with the festival?
Well, actually, it's being managed right now. And we actually have a coordinator. Her name is Glenda Giles.
Excellent.
And she have taken on that task, and she's really doing a great job. She actually had Lamont Farrell, who was the writer for Moesha and Girlfriends.
Wow.
And he's actually working with Tyler Perry. So we actually had that class last Saturday.
Excellent.
And he was there. Great turnout.
Excellent. And we have to mention the KEN, Kingdomwood International Networking. Now, KEN appears to be another big deal, Audrey. Networking is all the buzz now here in Atlanta. But you have opened this up to a global level. Kingdomwood International Networking, it's called. How do you plan to include the international networks?
Well,
what does that mean exactly?
Well, to me,
I know what international means, but how do you plan to connect that way?
Well, actually, it's really amazing with Kingdomwood. We're different from other film festivals, and the reason why I said that is because when we pray, it's actually delivered. And right now, because we're receiving a lot of international and national submission, that I wanted to open it up. And here in Atlanta, that party of people are here. So we want to welcome them in because there isn't another community that I'm aware of that's come in and network with same-minded people.
So you're giving the internationals in Atlanta a place to connect.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes, I am.
That's wonderful. And one more big birthing, if you will, that came out of Kingdomwood. I want to get it all in. I remember when you were blessed with the K rating.
Oh, my goodness.
I remember the board meeting where that happened. Tell others how the K rating works and how it's working now for Kingdomwood.
That was a blessing because when we look at the ratings of films, and we pretty much see the R-rated, the PG, but it was placed in our heart that there was, again, no one recognizing and giving God the praise. So we came up, or really it was given to us with the K rating, is Kingdom rating films. And so the films that we're receiving are actually getting ratings. And we have 4 different categories for this Kingdom rating system that we're doing. And people, even last week, is asking for our K ratings.
Wow.
And
that is wonderful. When you say they're asking for the K rating, what does that mean? Who's asking for the K rating?
The filmmakers.
Oh.
The filmmakers have submitted their films.
Want it on their films.
They want them on their films. So when you first turn the film on and it comes up, people are going to recognize that there's a K rating for their particular film and what level it is.
That is wonderful. Love that K rating, mean them Kingdom rated.
Kingdom rating. It's fantastic.
It doesn't get better than that.
You're right.
Tell the people how they can get involved with Kingdomwood.
It's so many different ways that you can get involved with Kingdomwood. You can actually sign up as a volunteer, in which we really take care of our volunteers. If we don't do nothing else, we feed them. And we keep you full. But it's so many different opportunities to get involved with Kingdomwood as a volunteer. You can also go to our website at www.kingdomwood.com and just look at the different things that's out there and how you can become available in all our areas that we actually have out here.
That's wonderful. Anything else, Audrey?
No, I just would like to invite everyone to our website. They can actually come to KEN, our network opportunity. They can actually come to our volunteer meetings that's coming up. There's so many different ways we want you guys to get involved and volunteer. So we welcome you to come to our website or visit our website and contact us.
Beautiful. Thank you, Audrey. And thank you for founding the Kingdomwood Christian Film Festival. You could not have done a better thing. We're going to take one more break, and on the other side of the break, I am going to give you all the motivational minute.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Every person listening, I want you to understand that no matter where you've been or where you might currently find yourself, it's not over. When God is in it, there is no limit. New breed.
It's not over. It's not finished. is only the beginning. God is in there.
All things are new.
All things are
new. All things are. We brought some friends along to just encourage you a little further. James Fortune.
This is for someone right now.
I know it's darkness.
Yes.
Just before dawn.
It's not easy right now.
This might be the hardest season you experience.
I've been there.
It hurts,
but it won't last.
Won't be too long.
Won't be too
because
long.
you are
closer than you think.
Do you need someone with solid, expert communications experience to write your copy or your next press release? Then you need PenStar Communications. Let PenStar communicate your greatest potential with clear copy written for your business and marketing needs. Whether it's your next event or next campaign, PenStar Communications can write that for you. Visit penstar.org or call 404-828-0287 today.
Tune your radio.
Tune in
now.
You can tune into this radio station on any smartphone or tablet.
iPhone,
Android,
BlackBerry,
Nokia,
Samsung,
Windows phones,
or whatever you have. Download the free TuneIn app from your phone or tablet's app store.
Tune in with music, sports, news, and comedy.
From over 70,000 radio stations around the world, including this Beasley Broadcast Group station. Check it out at tunein.com
or your app store.
You loved me through my good. You loved me through my bad. You loved me through my good. And you loved me through my bad. Jesus. You didn't erase my future because of my past.
I just love that music. I just love that song. You have to know that a lot of these songs that are the bumper music, they are the songs of my life. You know, the Lord always gives me a song. In every season that I'm in, He gives me a song. You loved me through my good, and you loved me through my bad. Didn't erase my future. Isn't that beautiful? Because of my past. We love the Lord. And we thank you, WAEC Love 860 family, for listening today. I hope you were blessed by the information. Karen Moore was certainly a blessing. After such a traumatic loss of her husband, the love of her life, she went on to form Starting Over and is now blessing others through a wonderful ministry. Just her life story, just the mess that she found herself in, she found a way to dig herself out and help others. We've heard from Audrey Thomas of Kingdomwood Christian Film Festival. You can learn more about Kingdomwood online, as Audrey shared. I think that's kingdomwood.com. Audrey also has a corporate headquarters at D1. You can find all of that on her website, and you heard of all the many great ways to become involved with her. So thank you for listening. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of your listening space with Game Changers. I hope that you are getting valuable information to help get you to the next level in your life, your personal lives, and your professional lives. As we get ready to close today, I want to close with a motivational minute. And I want to look at the story of King Jehoshaphat's victory over his enemies in 2 Chronicles 20 through 37. You can read the story in your own time, and I am sure many of you have heard it told in church all of your lives. It's about the importance of praising God through every circumstance. Two very important points stand out to me in the story. One is that our focus should remain on praising God and giving Him thanks before and during every battle of life. Jehoshaphat and his army praised God before going into battle. When they got to the place of the battle, God had caused their enemies to turn on each other and defeat themselves before Jehoshaphat and his army even arrived. Amazingly so, God will eventually cause your enemies to turn on each other as well, if you wait and let God handle the situation. When people deal in evil devices and seek gain for the wrong reasons, it will be brought to naught in time, and they will become their own enemies. I believe the main reason for this is their motives are not pure. They seek personal gain at any cost and are not making allies in the process, but they're making envious partners that will surely stand against them when the day of reckoning comes. Have you ever watched the docuseries The First 48? It's a docuseries about homicides. It happens all the time on there. Partners in crime start out together, and as soon as they get them in the interrogation room, or the box, as they call it on the First 48, they turn on each other. You must choose your partners wisely, which leads me to the second point of the story. The second point of the story is just as noteworthy, but not often told, is how Jehoshaphat later lost his reign. He made an alliance with a king of Israel who was guilty of wickedness. It was concerning a ship trade, and the Lord caused the ships to wreck, and they were not able to set sail and trade. Jehoshaphat, in turn, lost his reign. Makes you wonder why we do not believe the circumstances and outcome of evil are the same on every side. The results are the same for us, even as they are for our enemies. If we are to really prosper, we must prosper based on God's principles. We cannot pick and choose which situations we will respond to righteously, but we must choose the good battle, the right way, in every circumstance. I hope that blesses you. It blesses me, and it helps to keep me on the right track. Let's go, game changers. Let's go out and fight the good battle and help someone along the way. I will talk to you again in 623. That's 6 days and 23 hours. I am Lisa Faulkner, your host, and I will talk to you next week. Listen in again for Game Changers with me, Lisa Faulkner.
You loved me through my good. You loved me through my bad. You loved me through my good. And you loved me through my bad. Jesus. You didn't erase my future because of my past. I'm glad you loved me through my good and my bad. Through my good and my bad. You loved me through my good. You loved me through my bad. Didn't erase my future. Hallelujah. Because of my past. Thank you. I'm glad you loved me through my good and my bad. You loved me through my good and my bad. So glad you loved me. You loved me through my good. Never took your love away. You loved me through my bad. You didn't erase my future. Thank God you didn't write me off. I even did some things I know you despise, God. You loved me through my good and my bad, yeah. You loved me through my good and my bad. God, I know sometimes we make you ashamed. You loved me through my good. Thank you for never giving us what we deserve, God. You loved me through my bad. After falling again and again. Every blessing and request that you granted, Lord, because of my past, you could have withheld, but mercy intervened. You love me through my good, through the rebellion. You love me through my good, through all of my shortcomings. You love me through my good. And this is my favorite right here. You keep on
loving me. Can somebody help me? You keep on loving me. You keep on loving me. You keep right on loving me. Through the good and the bad, you never stop loving me. Through the lessons learned, you show me. We disobey, we run away from you, bring shame to your name, but your love remains. Who could love me like you do, Lord? What you are to me, no man could ever be. You see through every mistake, through every stumble, you prove to your children you'll always be there. Through every slip, through all of my issues, you could have been finished, you could have been gone, but you put up with me. Kept on teaching me, kept on loving me. Yeah, yeah. We keep saying no, you keep saying yes. We keep doing wrong, you still bless, even when it feels like you're not there. You show up. People push us, temptation arises, we cross the line. You won't let us die, you won't let us die. You could have erased us, but you give us another chance.
Thank you for listening to Game Changers with Lisa Faulkner. For more details about anything discussed on the program, go online to www.penstar.org. That's PENSTAR.org. And be sure to follow Lisa on social media. On Facebook, look for Lisa M. Faulkner and follow Penstar Lisa on Twitter and Instagram. And join us every week at this same time for Game Changers with Lisa Faulkner right here on Love 860 WAEC, Atlanta's inspirational talk radio.